Welcome to Reads with Rosa. I'm so excited to introduce today's guest, all the way from Colorado, Jarrell Lohman, aka L.A.Z of Clear Self Forces and the Illaz. What's up? How are you, bro?
That's good.
Man, thank you so much for coming through. I know you're busy. You have a show tomorrow. I will talk a little bit about that later, but I appreciate you coming through today. Actually, for the audience, for our audience, it is currently 1:08 Tokyo time. That's AM in the morning.
That's crazy.
Um, what's the time where you're at?
10:08 a.m.
Ah, see,
Yeah,
the commitment to the show is unreal.
you feel me?
Anyways, how are things out in Colorado, bro? I
Everything is
mean,
cool.
yeah,
You know,
pandemic wise, how are things going out there?
shoot, I'm just out here visiting. You know,
Oh, right, right, right.
I live in Detroit. So I'm
Mhm,
really out here visiting.
mhm,
But I mean, it don't seem too much different than what Michigan is.
mhm,
Like people still wearing their masks. You still have to like have them. It's not on lockdown like how it was
mhm,
before. Like it's more open,
mhm,
but of course it's still stuff that's like stuff is closing early. Some places are shut down that I didn't know were shut down. As I'm driving around, I'm just seeing like, damn, that's closed. Damn, that's closed. Coming across stuff like back to back to back.
mm. So you okay? So you've got a show tomorrow, but I mean, is is that kind of thing like back on now, like shows and
It's
like
limited capacity. They only have it 25%
oh, okay.
at the venue. So they'll do events, but it's not to the extent
Mm-hmm.
what it was.
Mm,
They wouldn't put, I think this spot got like 1,000 person cap,
mm,
and then like they include staff in there, so like staff, performers, and then everything, everybody else. You only get 250 people inside.
oh, I see, I see. And
Hmm.
what was the last show that you did, like prior to the pandemic, um, last year, or has it been that long?
I want to say it was
Mm-hmm.
Dilla Day 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Might have been the last. I'm pretty sure that was like the last show that I did in Detroit. The Dilla Day 2020 with Clear Soul Forces.
Okay, cool. Now, you were born in Colorado.
No, I was born in
You were
Detroit,
born in Detroit,
raised
but
in Colorado.
you grew up in Colorado.
Yeah, but I've been back in Michigan since 2006.
Mhm.
So it's like I lived a part of my life here,
Mm,
like my school years, from kindergarten until like the year after I graduated from high school.
mm,
I was out here,
okay.
and then ever since then, I've been in Michigan.
True. What is I mean, I've never been to the US. Like like
Word.
I've what is Detroit like? I mean, you know, like we hear about it, but like how would you describe the Detroit that you know? Like how would you describe it?
It's it's damn near. It's not like a coastal city, but it's like
Mhm.
it's damn near surrounded by water. It has water like
Oh,
all
okay.
around it because of the lakes. You know,
Lake
so it's
Michigan,
like
right?
yeah, so it's like a lot more water and aquatic than what people even realize. Like it's so much there. City vast. It got a little bit of everything. I think it's dope.
Mm,
I stay right outside the city now, but when I move, I'm trying to, head back into the city, into
mm.
Detroit itself.
True, true. Now, when you were younger, like going through school, were you even thinking about being an MC? Like, were you hear some MCs talk about like, oh, I was writing poetry from a young age. I was freestyling and, that
Right.
kind of stuff. Like, were you one of those kids growing up, or did it just come naturally to you, or what?
I mean, I used to write stuff, like I started writing like my first raps to like Donuts. I was listening to Mood Music too, this mixtape by Joe Budden,
Hmm.
and it was just like a form of expression because my girlfriend had cheated on me. So I was basically just like,
You
it
just
wasn't even raps. It
you
was
were just like
it was like
just
me.
letting it out.
It was like me bitching, basically, just like, man, how could you do this to me? Like that shit ain't even rhyme or nothing. Like that shit was whack.
Well, I guess everyone goes through that.
Yeah, and it's like I had that point in time.
Hmm.
I used to transcribe
Right.
raps, because it's like pre-genius and all of that. I just used to
Mm-hmm.
listen to songs and then like pause it and then write down what I just heard, and then I just like have verses from like Core Mega
Right.
and 3 6 Mafia and Nature and
Oh wow.
like all these motherfuckers. And I remember we had this house party. I was in the 7th grade and they was rapping in the front yard. I was in Colorado at this point. They was rapping in the front yard and I went outside and then I rapped one of the raps. It was a Core Mega rap on this Tony Touch. I bit his shit. I rapped Core Mega's verse about living in Queensbridge projects and how hard it is living in New York and shit. And my sister called me out. Like, ain't that shit from that silver CD that you always listening to? So then I quit rapping. And then I quit rap at that point. I was like, man, fuck this shit. You know, so I quit rap for like 3 years.
Like actual 3 years. Well, what were you doing when you quit rapping? I mean, were you singing, or were you doing drama or something else? What were you doing?
Just chilling, chilling, in my life. And and I started back with with like my girlfriend had stepped out on me, and then I started out and I was bitching at first. I kept on, kept on, and it was just like little pieces, like I
Right,
ended
right.
up hearing Lord Willing by the Clips, and the album just starts. It ain't no
Hmm.
it just starts like players, we ain't the same. I'm in the cane and guns. Like it was Pusha T verse on there, and it made me
Right,
want to
right.
be a rapper. Like I want to be a lyricist because of Pusha T,
Hmm.
and then I just like started practicing more after that. But I ain't start recording the music until I moved to Michigan.
Right. So no more sorry ass raps about about breaking up and all that. That
No,
was it. It was like, no, I gotta be hard now.
yeah, like started trying to do more,
Mm,
and like hearing stuff in different beats, of course, like writing over other people's
mm.
stuff, and just like trying to find your way, find your style. I can't even say I was like taking it serious, but it's something I was chipping away at over time.
Ooh. What, like, aside from rapping, and then when you took a hiatus from rapping, what other extracurricular activities or sports were you doing when you were coming up through school? Were you doing other stuff, or were you just hanging out,
I was
chilling
in
out?
band. I was in band for a little bit. Been boxing for a little bit.
Oh wow. Okay.
I played football. That's probably it. My mom used to
Mm.
force me to sing in the choir at church. That shit was like,
Oh, so you're a singer as well?
fuck no.
You can't sing? You can't hold a tune?
I mean, yeah, I can, but
No.
I wouldn't. I wasn't even exploring that part of myself,
Right.
you know, at that point in my life.
Right.
And I wouldn't be in a choir now. Like, I don't want to do that shit.
So you do play an instrument then, because you were in band.
I was playing the trombone.
Oh, mean. Were you good at
Yeah,
it?
I felt like I was straight.
Yo,
Yeah,
okay. Alrighty. That's cool. And
yeah.
were you a reader at school? Or were you too cool to read?
No, no, like I always had like high marks as far as like reading. You
Right,
know, we
right.
used to have this program. It was called accelerated reading,
Mm-hmm.
where it was like through middle school and high school. They had like this point system
Right.
for books. You know, so then like if you complete a book and you take a test, you get so many points, and
Mm.
you know they kept like a point system. You know, like number one, number two, like a ranking
Right, right.
system. You know, and if you got so many points, they might have like a pizza party for the kids, or just like have some kind of event, field day or whatever. And I was always in it.
Mm,
You know,
cool.
yeah,
I want to talk about Japan, because Kiss Forces. Did you guys come to Japan? Have you been to Japan?
never been there.
You've never been to Japan.
Nah, we release some Japan only releases
Like
of
releases,
albums.
yeah.
Yeah, like
Because
Fab Five.
mm, mm, mm,
I think it was one for Gold PP7. I'm not
mm,
sure if
mm.
it was one for Forces with You. Maybe.
Ah,
Last album, I'm not sure.
yeah. Because when I was like doing research, like um looking up Kiss Forces, and there are a lot of articles in Japanese, so I was just like, oh, not that I can. I mean, my reading is not so good, but there
What,
are a lot of
reading the
like links.
Japanese?
Yeah, like there's a lot of links, like places that sell your albums and stuff. So I was really intrigued by that, and I was like, I wonder if they've been to Japan. But you guys have been to Europe, right?
Yeah, I've been to Europe like 5 times.
Yo,
You
how was
know.
that? Where did you go in Europe, or just all over, just performing all over?
Yeah, it's a couple of spots that we missed. Like we ain't never go to Russia. We
Mm-mm.
never went to Spain. Um, we never went to Italy. It's like some countries that we didn't go through.
Mm.
We did go to United Kingdom. We went to Finland,
Oh,
Germany, France, uh,
so cool.
the Netherlands, the Czech Republic was in Prague, um, Switzerland, like Zurich.
Wow.
So I've been a couple of places for real,
That's so
for real.
cool, man. You
Hmm.
know, prior to that, like traveling and doing concerts for Kiss Forces, had you been overseas?
Yeah, when I was little, I used to live in Germany
Hey.
before we moved to Colorado. We moved from my dad joined the army.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, were you a
Yeah,
military kid?
yeah,
Okay.
Karlsruhe military base.
Wow.
He was out there, and then he
Mm.
got stationed in Colorado. That's how I ended up out there.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
but him and my mom, they both from Detroit. All my family
Mm.
from Detroit.
Wow. How cool is that?
Yeah.
I've never been to Europe. I've
How
been
did you
to the
end up in Japan?
How did I end up in Japan?
Yeah.
I came in 2015. Like, I had a friend who lived here, and then she told me that they were looking. They had vacancies at the school, so I kind of went out on a whim and applied for it, and then they offered me the job, and then I ended up here. And I've been here ever since. So 2015 August. But
What's
I'm
the
from New Zealand. I'm Samoan, but I'm from New Zealand. Like, I was born in New Zealand. My family are from the islands. My parents from Samoa, and yeah, we all grew up in New Zealand.
yeah. I got a
So,
lot of small homies out here
oh, really? In
in
Detroit?
Colorado. In Colorado.
Oh, in Colorado? Oh,
In
because of the
Colorado.
the the military? Is it
I
why?
don't know. It's like damn near because it's West Coast. You know, we got a decent population here,
Mm.
and then it's a bunch of Samoans in Utah too. Utah is one state over.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to get my bearings because I'm like trying to think. I'm trying to imagine. I'm trying to picture the U.S. map
Look,
in my head.
California, California. All right,
Right.
is the West
Right.
Coast. California, Nevada,
Oh,
Utah,
gotcha,
Colorado.
gotcha. I didn't even know that Colorado was on the West Coast.
Mhm.
So when you were saying that, I was like, "Hey, why are there so many Samoans there?" Like, I
Yeah.
get it now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
It's like
wow.
the whole little area.
Mhm. Cool. Yeah. I was meant to come to the US in March last year because I was meant to go to Baltimore. Baltimore.
That's random as hell.
No, it's because there was like a Catholic schools conference there,
Yeah.
which is random. And then but then they canceled it like 2 weeks out from us leaving because the pandemic and they weren't sure that we would be able to get back. So I was super excited because I was coming to the US for the first time and then next minute cancelled.
Yeah.
So so
Baltimore is cool though. It's a nice city.
mm.
It's like Detroit.
Yeah, I was gonna say because
Like
there's
being
like
coastal. Yeah.
yeah. So how far is Detroit from there? From Colorado?
Like if you driving like 20 hours.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it's
When you
far.
when you were saying Colorado and Detroit in the first place, I was like, must be like a few hours
No, they're super
like
far
drive.
from each other. It's like two different planets.
Oh my god. So did you drive to Colorado?
Hell no, I flew.
Oh, that's right. I saw the story. That's right. You were
Yeah,
up.
yeah, I
Okay.
flew.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah. In my adult life, I haven't driven from Michigan to Colorado. I've always flown. We used to drive
Mm,
when I was a little kid, and we would just take the trip out there, but no, I'm not doing that. I'm
crazy. So that
fine.
means it's warm in Colorado, right? Is it warm
Not
in there right
necessarily.
now?
Nah, it's all four seasons out here.
Mm.
Yup. It snows like it's a mountains. It's known for skiing.
Ah,
Mm-hmm.
ski resorts. I see.
Mm-hmm.
I see. It
Yeah.
snows in Detroit though, right?
Yeah, it snow a lot there too.
Yeah. Okay. See, learning something new every day. I'm talking about the Illaz. Did I say that right? The
Yeah, yeah, it's the
Illaz.
Illaz.
So you with Illa Dope, right? So you've got the album, you guys put out the album People Under Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was watching, I think I told you, I was watching the video and then like that was really your mom rapping?
Yeah, yeah, that's my mom.
I mean, is she a performer? Like is she a musician or something? Or did you just I mean, how did that come about? Because what's funny is because I was watching and I was like, "Yo, this is pretty cool." Okay, because I was listening to it on Bandcamp. Then I went to look for the video so I could watch. But then I was like scrolling the YouTube comments, and then I saw someone like, "Yo, that's his mom," and I was like, "What?" Then I played it again, and then I had heard the lyrics, and I was like, "Damn,
Right. Yeah.
she rocks, man!" I
Yeah, she
was
was
like,
going
"She's
through.
so fire,
She was snapping.
man."
She was snapping for sure. You know,
Tell me about your mom. Like, is she a musician or something, or did you just
it was her idea to get on there. I thought she was bullshitting at first. Like, no, I want to do a song with you. I was like, all right then.
That is
Like
so
so
cool.
But then it's like, that was one of the last songs that we
Oh,
did, and we helped her put it together, like we worked together to like write it out and
yeah.
figure it out. She picked the beat, she
The
was like,
beat is fire.
yeah, the
So,
beat
I
super
mean,
funky. The beat super funky,
her
So it was just like one of those things. I feel like, I don't know, it just worked. It
it
just
did,
worked.
man.
My family ended up coming out for it. Like my daughter's in that video, my lady is in that video,
That is
my
so
sister
cool.
did. nieces, nephews, all of that, you know.
All right, man. But she's not like not like she wasn't a rapper or anything like the
Nah,
musician. Nothing. She just wanted
nah.
to do that.
Thing is, like, I was raised listening to hip hop.
Mm.
You know, like I tell people that shit. Like I ain't grow up listening to pop music and Michael Jackson and Prince. I don't even know these niggas songs like that. Like for real, for real.
Right.
Like I know like 3 Prince songs.
Right.
You know, like I didn't. We wasn't listening to that. You know, it was just like rapping R&B.
Right.
You
Right.
know, so like my first memories. You know, I remember my mom getting dressed to go to the club and wearing the cross colors and you know listening to Electric Relaxation by Tribe Called Quest.
Mm.
You know, and me and my big sister didn't know what they were saying. You know, we would peanut yourself, don't be Sinclair. That's what
Mm-hmm.
we used to thought. You know that they said on their tribe.
Right.
You know, peanut yourself, don't be Sinclair. We'll just be walking around saying that shit. You know, so it's like I grew up listening to rap, you know, and that a lot of that shit is cause my mom.
Man, that's- wow, man, she did a great job though. Like seriously, and you
Yeah,
could tell like on the video, like it was like all like close knit, like peoples and stuff. Like, and I was like, it must be family, it must be.
yeah, yeah. It was
It's
all
super
fam.
dope, man. So cool. And I mean, I read like I was reading. So you guys, the people under Detroit is dedicated to Illadope's favorite rap group,
Mm-hmm.
People Under the Stairs. People
Yup.
under. Um, yeah, like who did you? I mean, he does the beats, right? He does the beats and
Um,
he
on
raps
on our like project, that project, People Under Detroit, is
mm,
more or less it's like a tribute. He just
to.
like kind of blended the songs and you know
Mm,
like overseen it because
mm,
that
mm,
was his favorite group. You
mm.
know, for me, like I had never. Only time I heard of People Under the Stairs is when he would play.
Right.
You know, and it was his idea. You know, he was like, "Man, you should you should like rap over some of his beats, you know,
Okay.
because
Got it.
both of them make beats. That's and double K.
Yeah.
My fault, I said double K.
Right.
That's one. And you know, we just I don't know, we just started like cooking it, you
Mm,
know. We started cooking it and putting it together and I was writing songs and then I wouldn't listen to their music. I didn't start listening to their music purposely because I didn't want to know what none of that shit sounded like.
right. Right.
You know, so at least if you hear it, you know, like if you hear like Acapulco, the
Mm,
song that we made, if you hear like the real version of that shit, it's like so different.
okay.
You
You
know,
just
like
putting your own spin on it, right? Was
yeah,
important.
you know, like I wanted to put my own little honest
Mm,
spin on it, you know, and just like give it my best shot and see
nice.
what came from it, you know. But I feel like it's dope, you know,
Mm,
just like as a concept, you know, and that it just opened my eyes up to a lot.
nice.
Yeah.
How did you like like how did you guys like form the group? Like how did you guys? I mean, were you friends like for a long time, and then you kind of came together to form the Illaz, or was it
Something
one of
like
your projects while you were still in Clear Soul Forces, or?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, Illy Dope done been around since
Mm,
Clear Soul Radio.
mm, mm,
Very first Clear Soul Forces mixtape.
mm,
He mastered it. You know, I posted this status on Facebook and was like, I need somebody that could master a project. And then my homegirl Alicia Andrews tagged Illidope. I didn't know him at this point,
mm, mm.
you know, and this was like '09, you know, and just like over time, just like chopping. Our parents know each other. We ain't know each other. Our
Okay.
homies know each other. We ain't never crossed
Mm,
paths though. When I was living here,
mm.
you know, so it was just like over time, something we put together over time.
Dope, man. What about so then you put out no paperwork, right?
Yeah,
And then like I want to talk about the album, but I want to talk about the picture on the front because I read that, I mean, is it true? I read that that picture of you burning the dollar, is that a dollar? I don't know if
yeah,
the
with dollar
American
bill.
currency was your last dollar. Like, is that
Yeah,
for real? For real?
yeah.
Or was that just because I read that and I was like, wait, what? um
We had to do it right. Yeah, I got a ride down there. I wouldn't be able to catch the bus back home. Man who took the picture, my man Jack who took the picture.
I mean the picture's fire, but I was just like, why? I mean, I actually, when I was reading the concept of the album, like I got it, but then I was like, what if he burnt that and then it just didn't work out well? Like, and
Right.
then like I was just like, man,
Right.
crazy. I mean, on that album, are there, like, how long did it take you to put that body of work together? I mean, there's 6 tracks on it. Is it 6 tracks?
Yeah, but probably like a year because it was songs that didn't make it. It
Mm,
was, like I built a studio space in my house. I learned how to use Pro Tools, so it was like
right.
moving parts with it, like was taking particle board and nailing them together and then putting a
Mm,
blanket over the top of that and nailing it to the wall. So you lift the blanket up and then you go inside in front of the microphone, like,
wow.
like it was cool, it was like a learning experience.
Mm. Because it was like this. It says that after you quit your day job, right? You
Yeah.
quit your day job. What was your day job before you took on being a rapper, like full time?
I was working in the auto plants.
Okay.
Yeah, like Eminem on A Mall.
Yeah, I was like, just
Look at his damn roots. They starting to grow roots. Like shit like that never happens.
right,
Nobody was rapping in the plants. Nobody.
right.
Like
Wow. So you just leap of faith. I mean, what made you decide to, like, this is it? Like, I'm doing this full time.
um, I don't know. Like life was about fulfillment to me,
Hmm.
you know, and it's hard for me to be happy if I'm unfulfilled,
Hmm.
So it's like relative at that point. It's like I was making good money as far as like being in the plant. Or no, at that point, no the fuck I wasn't. I was actually doing horrible. I was actually getting fucking slammed by a bunch of shit.
Right.
Um, I was working a lot though,
Mm,
but trying to make ends meet and shit like that, it just wasn't,
mm,
you just hit one of them junctures where it's like, man, like I just felt like I could get it out here in these streets by myself without all this overhead over the top of me. Excuse me.
weighing you down, like,
Yeah, and it's like, well, shit, if I'm gonna be out my house all the time and then just be coming home and then at the end of it, at the end of everything, it's like I'm trying to stretch like $27 for 4 days or something.
wow.
I probably figure out how to do this shit without
Mm,
without y'all motherfuckers, like y'all not helping me.
mm. Man, where do you get your inspiration to write your rhymes? Where does your inspiration come from?
I feel like it's purpose driven.
Hmm.
Like everybody has a purpose and everybody has a reason for living,
Hmm.
and I feel like I found that with music. That's why I still do it, Like I run a business now. I run a moving company with
Right, right,
Emil
right,
Vincent from Clear Soul Forces, and it's like shit, I still got an album that's dropping. I still got the Illaz EP that's dropping, because
right.
it's like all of this is supposed to just make it so it's easier for us to
Mm,
transmit and broadcast what it is that we trying to do,
mm,
and it's like the more that I do it, it's like I'm becoming more conscious of you know, what I put out there and
Right.
what I speak into people.
Mm. Does it matter if people don't like your music? Will you just keep putting it out?
Yeah, I
With real
mean,
fans?
I'm at this point because I remember we was on this Zoom call with That's One after Double K had passed,
Mm,
and he was telling us about how Double K would, like, when they would drop new sweaters or like new t-shirts and hats and shit,
mm.
Double K would ask him like, man, you ever wonder why these same 200 motherfuckers keep on buying the same shit from us? You know, and
Right.
it's like that's how I look at music. Like, I don't you can't tell me I can't find like 300 motherfuckers on the whole planet that'll pay for my
Right.
shit.
Right.
I just don't believe that. I just don't. I'm sorry. I just don't. Like,
Mm,
fuck all that. Like, I
mm.
I don't have to, like, you don't have to have everybody.
Right. Just the dedicated, like,
Yeah,
just
but
fans, right?
if you could get 200 people to
Mm,
pay $20,
mm.
you know, like that shit is like 4 grand on
Right.
CDs.
Yeah.
Cost you $100 to make. You know, like get those same 200 people to pay $30 for a T-shirt.
Mm, mm,
That's 6 grand. You know, like you don't have to like. It's like such a middle class
mm.
for musicians at this point. Whereas before, you know, it was just like the haves and the have-nots. It wasn't like a big middle. It's like the middle is the lifeblood for the whole shit, and the middle, like the middle ground,
Mm,
has people from up top trying to emulate things
mm,
from that space. So like the working class musicians, you know, and I don't mind being that, and I don't
mm,
mind doing that because I also enjoy working. I also enjoy running a business. I also enjoy serving my community and,
mm,
you know, having something else that motivates me.
mm. What is it like, doing something, for example, running your business outside of music? Like, is it kind of like a reprieve from, I guess, just having a break from, like, this is the time you do music and you write music, and then this is the time that you dedicate to going out into the community and, running, doing your grind and stuff. Like, what's it like to go out there and just do
Um,
something that's not related to music?
I don't I don't necessarily feel like business and music are oil and water. I've never felt
Mm,
that way. I feel like you need one to complete the other.
mm, mm, mm,
At some point, the rubber gonna hit the road. Period. No matter if you, oh man, just fuck this. I'm finna record some stuff in my room and I'm putting it up on DistroKid and it's out. All right. Well, say that same song blows up,
mm,
and now you got motherfuckers trying to put you on TV and the radio.
right.
That's business. Like
Mhm,
you're gonna have to encounter it at some point. Like there's no,
mm,
all the motherfuckers who avoid it are the
mm,
people with a bunch of songs just like on their laptop and they don't do shit with them, and a bunch of songs in they phone typed out or written down on paper. Don't go further like than that, you know. But like for everybody else, like I don't feel like, I feel like it's an enhancer because for me, owning my own business allowed me to buy back my time.
mm,
I own my time.
right.
You know, so it's like I'm out here on my own accord and on my own dollar. I'm going back because I had to get back to work, and it's not, Colorado's not for me anymore.
Mm,
You know, it's just not for me anymore. But at the same time, I'm out here to perform and shoot a video.
mm,
So I'm able to further my endeavors. Shit, I got my videographer coming out here.
Nice.
I'm going to pick him up from Denver tonight. So it's just like certain things like that. I'm able to plan because I don't feel like you'll ever stop being an artist. I just don't believe in that. I met a dude at a bar last night and I was telling him, like, you know how people try to draw parallels between athletics and like
Mm-hmm.
music?
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that shit. I just, like, do you do you know how dedicated to your craft you have to be Stephen Curry or LeBron James?
Mm-hmm.
But then you know that you can turn around and see somebody like Blueface or Soldier Boy be like, man, fuck this shit. I don't even try. Fuck music. Trippy Red. Fuck this. I don't even try. What professional athlete you see on TV that, man, fuck this. I don't win LeBron ever. Man, fuck this. I don't work out. For what? Ugh. The fuck? I'm just here to play basketball. I'm not doing anything. I'm finna go drink, smoke. Like, it's totally different. So I just look at music as like one of them things. Like, I'll break my leg today. I could still make music.
Right.
Nothing takes from it. If anything, the different things that you see as you go along. As long as you like being honest, the pictures will paint themselves because it's in you. It's just words. It's in you though. Like it's not something that's like, oh well, I started doing this one thing, so that means that I can't do music anymore. Like, yes, you can. It's music. That's part of the reason why I was burning a dollar bill on no paperwork. It's like everybody acts like music costs so much money to do, and that's false. It's free. It's free if you think about it. It's free. I just start rapping Jay-Z songs right now. That's music, but that's also joy and passion. Transmitted. You just write something or just think of something and just say it out loud. Like, that's free. It's free to make music. When you try to turn it into an industry and you overthink it, then that's when it becomes business and it becomes all of these other things.
Hey,
Yeah.
man, I could listen to you talk forever.
Sorry.
Dropping the gem. No, no, no. Come on now. No, it's like what I mean. It's like it's super dope, right?
Yeah.
Because like obviously when I was like just researching like a lot of the interviews and things that I've seen or the articles, it's always you as part of Clear Soul Forces. But it's super dope to kind of like hear straight up just from you. Like as do you know what I mean? Like as
Yeah.
a rapper, as a musician, as an artist.
Right.
Like it's super like it's cool, man. Like seriously. Clear Soul Forces favorite album or favorite song? It's probably hard for you to choose, right? I mean, you guys did a
My
lot.
favorite Clear Soul Forces album is Fab Five.
Okay.
It is. I know it for a fact.
And
For a
why
fact.
is that your favorite?
It
Like
sounds
of
like a
all of them?
mixtape. It sounds like a mixtape to me.
Mm,
Like, that shit just hard.
mm,
It plays like a mixtape, the way that it runs through. And then I like the fact that not everybody is on every song.
right.
So it's more like a wave.
Mm,
Like that. That's my favorite song though. I can't say.
two different.
But I know my favorite album.
Yeah, yeah. Who are you closest to? I mean, the group, the four of you. Like, are you closest to any one person, or are you guys just?
I mean, I'm cool with everybody.
Right, right.
I mean, I feel like with me running a business with Emil, of course, I talk to him
Mm,
more. The most
mm,
out of everybody. Just because like on some day-to-day shit, not that we have to, because you don't have to. You could just like shut up and fail and not say shit to each other. But it's like we make a point to like talk damn near every day, like my man's. But
Oh, imagine running a moving company and you don't chat to each other. Jeepers.
right, right, you know, but
um,
outside of that, shoot. I mean, L.A.Z, he just dropped the video the other day.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Saw that, saw
Yeah,
that.
I was in a session the other week, dropping some stuff with Novelist.
Love it, man.
Yeah,
So cool.
those
And
motherfuckers, they were my first friends. Well, my
yeah,
second set of friends when I moved to Michigan. My first set of
right.
friends was my cousins
Yeah.
when I first moved out there. And my second set of friends was Clear Soul Forces.
Mm,
I ain't have a bunch of people. I didn't grow up
mm,
there. So it's not like I came with, oh, I got this person. It's not like my crew in Colorado.
mm.
Like all I knew was them. So like Clear Soul Forces is like my first set of friends in Michigan.
Wow. Who's the funniest in the group?
Me.
You're
Instantly.
the funniest.
Instantly.
You're
It's
the funniest.
me,
Okay.
me or Novelist are the funniest. Elijah Day is the silliest.
Who's the silliest? Who's
Yeah.
the quietest?
Emil.
Who's the quietest?
Yeah.
Who's the most stubborn?
Elijah Day.
And he done like he produced he was like the rapper producer of the group,
Yeah.
right? Or did you guys all kind of like
No,
help
no.
out?
He is a producer for like the
Mm,
majority
mm,
of the songs that we put out.
mm.
Like 85%, 80%.
Man, how do you describe Clear Soul Force's sound? Because
I
it's
got
just I've never heard that sound before. It's just I don't know.
I always used to call it combination backpacker subwoofer rap. Just between that and then like the beats are a lot like bassier and
Mm,
heavier
mm,
and faster
yeah.
than regular hip hop
Mm,
shit,
mm,
So it hits harder. Like
mm.
it hits harder, but it's like hip hop music though.
So dope, man. For real.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on streaming?
Um
Like music, streaming music, social media. Do you have any thoughts on that? Like from the artist's perspective, from the perspective of an artist.
I mean streaming is dope because it just makes it easier to listen to music.
Right.
So I'm not mad at that at
Mm,
all. But the social media, I go through waves where it's like I feel like if I got a new iPhone, I would probably be on social media more.
okay.
Like and for me with stuff like that, it's like I'm probably just being bitter. And that's probably why I'm not online like that all the time now.
Right.
Because I'll go through waves where I'm just
Right.
like super. Like I can't explain it. But right now, if you ask me today, I'm like, fuck social media. Like this, I'm straight. Like
Yeah, I think it's normal to go through those phases, to be honest. I
but
mean,
the thing about social media, I feel like, is people have made so much of it your responsibility in your job description in being an artist that you have to participate in it, which is like super intrusive and like
mm,
super, it just kills the mystique.
mm.
I'm trying to build a better mystique about myself and let my art speak for me so I don't have to like tell you niggas what I'm doing all the time. You know, like
Yeah, but I mean, there's artists who just don't like. There like I follow artists who don't really post anything, and then bam, they drop something, and it's like, yo, that
I'm
is
I'm
super dope.
I'm
You know what I
I'm
mean?
trying to transition that way. I'm trying to go that
Yeah.
way.
But for me, like I actually I discover a lot of artists on Bandcamp. I love Bandcamp. Um, I go support my artists, like my favorite artists through Bandcamp, and yeah, I've discovered a lot of like indie artists and stuff, like rappers and
Yeah,
stuff like that. It's pretty cool, you know.
yeah. Like
Uh,
who you came across on there recently?
um, not recently. I so like Dream Sequence, Serene Poems, New South. Um, how did I followed you guys on there.
Yeah.
Napoleon the Legend I discovered on there. Um, what Yeah, I actually do buy a lot of stuff on Bandcamp. I'm just opening it now.
This
So,
ever heard Demay? D
Proven,
D-E-A-D-E-M-A-E. Demay.
Demae. I'm going
That's
to
called
add that
Use
now.
It.
Like from okay, there's usually. Did you say
Use It.
use it?
Yeah, by Demay.
Demae, is that a UK artist?
I
No.
think so. Yeah, I think she's from the UK.
Oh yeah, got it. Okay, I'm gonna follow and then I'm gonna um
I really like her music. She's like the last artist that I found where I was like, oh shit, like I want
cool.
to hear everything.
Cool, I'll check it out. Yeah, I follow do you know Proven? This like I follow Mozelle, I follow Proven on there.
Mm-mm.
He's cool, man. I think he's from the Bronx or something, but his music is so it's different. Like I didn't even know how to explain it. Like he's a rapper. But I found out about him through Out the Box Media. I don't know if you know Out the Box Media
I'm
crew.
not. I'm not hit. I'm about to. He's on Bandcamp.
Who? Proven?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Pruven. Like he released the album Stealth Doctrines. It's just different. Like I can Proven. Yeah, it's just different. I can't even I didn't even know how to describe his sound, but it's just I like listening to it because it's not like anything else that I'm hearing out there.
Right.
Um yeah, then I have yeah, I follow you guys, follow Yourself Forces, Napoleon the Legend. I love Napoleon the Legend. And there's just like all these other artists and stuff. Sorry, back to the questions. I'm getting a bit sidetracked here.
Right. I'm trying to follow dude. Right. Now. I got to log into Bandcamp on my phone.
Cool. I'm gonna check out the artist that you mentioned as well. I've just followed her, and I'm gonna check
Yeah.
out her music after. I'm gonna ask you some random questions before I go back to talking about your music.
Okay.
Um, what's your most personal song that you've written? I mean, that's probably hard, because you've. I don't know. Have you a personal?
Um. Probably Can I Live um from off of People Under Detroit.
Okay. Can
That
I live?
either that song or Pumping from
Pump it.
People Under Detroit.
Oh yeah, I like that song. I love
Pumping.
that song. Yeah.
What do you think that song is about?
I know. I just like the beat. I don't. I'm gonna have to listen to it again, but it's honest. It's one of my favorites on the Bandcamp thing.
That
Um.
song is about being on the run and your heart beating because when I left Colorado like under the cover of night because me and my homeboys was robbing chicken spots and auto parts stores. And my mom made me move to Detroit. And the same day that I moved to Detroit, they kicked in my homie's door looking for me. It's about your heart beating fast when you
Right.
barely escape a situation. You know, like That
That's why the beat is like that. Now I'm hearing the beat in my head. I'm like,
it make you like it made me move fast and think fast, you know. It was like when I was just moving too fast, like
gosh.
what did I say on there? I was like, it's like a Ponzi scheme, all the pockets that I fit in, busting at the seams like Bonzi Wells and some skinnies,
Mm,
trailblazing, popping up in Papua New Guinea. My energy soliloquy, they love a nigga like Biggie. Really though, I got a story to tell about past life. A fast life was like a different Jarrell. Mr. Loman, where
mm.
you going? I'm fleeing allegations. Flight to Detroit, leave in the morning. Shot out the city like a cannon. Literally overnight, my own niggas thought I vanished. Like, the greatest trick yet, David Copperfield with my antics. We hit electric slide licks where you turn around and you dip. Like when I used to be running out of stores, we just grab shit and run out. Like we used to call them electric slide licks because you just turn around and dip like the electric slide. You know?
What? Now I've actually got the beat in my head as you're saying it because it's the beat that got me hooked on that song. But now I'm like, yo, I gotta go back and listen to this because it's like I've actually literally got the beat going off in my head.
Mm-hmm. Boom,
Moses,
boom, boom, boom. My man Joaquin, who I'm like, where what the
man,
fuck did I say? My nigga Joaquin, he ended up doing 8 years behind that.
because of that.
Yeah, all the shit that we was doing. He did 8 years. And then LBJR speaks at the end.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my man Lionel. He was there too. I got him to give me a drop, you know, like our lives were changed because of that situation. That song is true. You know, like I really had niggas go to prison over some shit. I was supposed to be there tonight when they went to prison. You know,
How old were you then, teenager?
like yeah, like 18, 19. I was 19.
So your life could have gone a completely different way, right?
Hmm.
Man, it's some crazy.
Yeah.
Bro, bro. Trying to get myself together and get back to my questions. Like Moses, do you speak any other languages or just English?
Sarcasm.
Ah.
Like, uh,
Okay. What things in life are still a mystery to you?
life itself, why kids do the shit that they be doing, and animals. You know, like you're just the difference between animals and humans, and then you're just like the cat just jumping up and attacking my feet. Like, why? Why? Why?
Well, maybe you were in the cat's space. Maybe you were intruding in the cat's space.
We'll never know though.
We'll never know.
Mystery, you know, like just why do children, babies, and animals do the shit that they do?
What about why do adults do the stuff that they do?
Because I mean they could try to lie, but they could vocalize it. So you could put together a rationale.
Right.
Because it's like certain things people get defensive. I didn't do that because of that. Like, you know, like they will try to defend themselves vocally, like
Right.
good or bad, you know. So
Right.
it don't exist the same for like a baby, you know, like flipping out of a seat or like just falling on the ground or like eating a penny.
Right.
You know, like weird kid. Weird.
um, what's your favorite cereal?
Waffle crisp.
What?
Waffle crisp.
Waffle crisp?
Yes.
Like, I'm gonna Google that because I didn't even know what that is.
It's just the waffles with syrup on it.
It's waffles with syrup on it, but
That's what
it's a
it tastes like.
oh, but it's in cereal form.
Yes.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna Google that. I
Yeah.
didn't even know what that is. um, okay. What is it about the way? What is it about what you do that you feel separates you from others? I guess as a rapper. as an artist?
I embrace all the responsibilities, and I'm passionate about like being my own person and entity within shit. You know, like I understand how to play politics and do all of these different things, you know, as far as like playing the game of music and shit. But I don't know, like I'm just not into it. I'm just trying to like be myself and then just find like my tribe of people that fuck with me because I'm just like myself, you know, like ain't no other rappers from Colorado Springs
Mm,
that like my story in itself makes me unique. Like, ain't nobody ever had to throw all they shit in the green army bag because cops and bail bondsmen are harassing their parents and their sister and go to Michigan and end up at college and meet Emil
mm,
who forces me to rap and perform when he finds my binder full of shit. I wasn't even rapping out loud at this point.
right, right.
You know, like my journey in itself makes me me.
You should write a book.
I want to. I want to. For real, for real.
I'll read it for real, for
Yeah,
real. Bro,
yeah.
gotta write a book, man.
You're a real one.
Man, your story is like now when I listen to that song, I'm gonna be like, I know the story behind the song. Bro,
Look,
well, who is
look.
your sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say when you hear it at the end, when I say should Paris and Charlie show me why I should believe in you
Mm,
on the very end of the first verse.
mm,
Should Paris is my man who did 8 years.
mm,
His daughter ended up going to the same school as my daughter's aunt. They was on
mm.
the volleyball team together.
Wow.
You know that's how I know that God is real.
Mm,
You know, because like after all of that, you know, how do we end up,
mm.
you know, intersecting like that? But go ahead.
Um, that's cool. Who is your superhero alter ego and why?
Superhero. Um, this one hero that I made up, his name is Luke Charles.
You made him up?
Apparently, um, I thought that was the Black Panther's real name. So I changed the Clear Soul for you know how you can have a name for the email,
Yeah.
and then this how you know I'm not in the comic books like everybody else.
Like I was gonna say.
You know, because they was like, "Who the fuck is Luke Charles?" And I was like, "That's the Black Panther." It's like that's not his name. I was like, I thought his name was Luke Charles. He's just like this hero that I
Like, who is this white guy?
made.
This is white name right here. What the hell?
so, so Luke Charles, you know, he's a superhero that I made up.
Okay, so you're Lee Charles. Okay. Okay, last random question. A 6-year-old child asks you if Santa Claus is real. What do you say?
Yeah, yeah. You know, who the fuck does that to kids, man? I hate no, man, it's me out here doing all of this. Like, let the little motherfucker believe in Santa, man. Stop. I hate people like that.
Oh, you are funny. Okay, I'm gonna say some names and just say whatever comes to mind. Royce the 5'9",
Cold as hell.
Eminem,
Not for me.
Nas,
The pioneer of the mid-tempo flow, mid-tempo storytelling. I just think of mid-tempo
right, right,
storytelling when I think of Nas.
and Jay-Z.
I mean, what era? That's my answer. What era Jay Z?
I was waiting. I thought you were gonna say Illuminati or something like that. I watched this video where you're going off. I watched this like interview where you're going off
I
about
don't I
about
don't think Jay-Z drinks children's blood. I don't. I don't think Beyonce drinks sacrifices children and drinks blood to make songs. I don't. I believe in giving people credit for
right,
like
right,
coming up with shit. I'm not into that.
for real. So then while we're on that, the Grammys. What are your thoughts on the Grammys? I mean, Nas, he won the Grammy for what, best rap album this year?
I feel like they was wrong for not putting no young artists on there.
Hmm.
I don't even know D Smoke music
You
like
don't know D Smoke?
nah, not for real. But I feel like it was wrong for D Smoke to get a Grammy nod, and then Lil Baby didn't.
Right, right.
I felt like it was wrong for Jay Electronica to get a Grammy nod, and Lil Uzi Vert didn't.
Mm,
You
right,
know, like
right.
that's
Okay.
kind of whack. Like,
Mm. Do you think that they gave it to Nas just because he's missed out other times?
yup.
Because I was like, you know, I was yeah, I was like, hey,
They gave that shit to Freddie. Freddie, the one
that's
who
right.
deserved it. For real, for real.
And okay, okay. Um, so your latest song that's out, you are who are the other MCs that you have? It's cold outside, right?
Yeah.
Is it Messiah,
Messiah,
Quentin,
Quentin Ahmad, and
Ahmad,
Joe Spano.
God? Yeah. Are they also Detroit MCs or?
Hmm. All of them. Joe Spano, Joe Spano, like he my favorite. He's my favorite rapper.
I was
He is
gonna ask
like
who's
dude
your
who
favorite
rap first on there. You know, like he a picture painter. Him and Messiah are like if you listen to the last verse after me, this kid from the projects, you know the process, bending corners in a foreign object, gave him confidence, getting confident, living reckless. You know, like the what he say, something had him vexed. A gun stuffed down his esophagus, never neglect your connects. What you expect? Poppy had him vexed. He said, boy, the next time you better come correct, or I drown you in the toilet. like he's like, it's just he painting pictures, like,
right, right.
and then Quentin Ahmad is just like super. He don't need no pen, no pad. Quentin be done, and we be writing our stuff. Quentin just he just freestyled and made up the hook in his verse, and then started back playing the game. Quentin fast, Quentin fast. He's nice. He in the Bruiser Brigade with Danny
Wow,
Brown in him.
that is man. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. That's a cool. Yeah. How did that track come around? Like cold outside? Was it? I mean, I like it. But
Uh,
I was just
it was Joe Spano's idea. We got an EP's worth of music together.
okay. Is there something
So
coming out with you guys, or was it just kind of like?
at some point, you know, I'm hopeful that it could see the light of day. We all got, you know, our situations and stuff that
Mm,
we got ourselves that we trying to put out. But my man Spano kind of had that vision, you know, it was just like, you know, he felt like him and Messiah complement each other because they laid back. And then me and Quentin Ahmad's styles are like more abstract, you know. And he was just like, I think the four of us should do music together. You know, he initiated a lot of those sessions, you know, and all of that.
oh yeah. So the video is that your company van that's in the video?
Yeah,
I was like,
product placement, man. Yeah, I in there. I linked
just
up with my
random thought.
photographer. I was like, well, we gotta get B-roll. I need to wash my van, so you might as well, you know.
Perfect. Yeah, I was like, is that? Oh, okay. Oh, good. So is the Illaz, are you guys coming out with another EP or anything like that this year or next year?
After I finish everything up with Dream Cruise with DJ Mitsu,
Mm,
that'll be the next thing that I put out is the L.A.Z EP. On God, swear to
man,
God.
that is awesome, bro. So just before we wrap up, I wanted to ask about what's the last book that you've read? That last book that you've read? Do you remember?
Right now I've really been on audiobooks. I know it's cheating. I know it's
What?
cheating.
What? Audiobooks is not cheating. Who said audiobooks is cheating?
Me,
Show me that person right now. You, bro. It is
like
not.
I've been listening to this autobiography of Nipsey Hussle, and then
Okay.
the Moving Mastery CEO book by Louis Massaro
Okay.
are the two things that I've been on.
Okay.
You
I'm
know,
gonna put that as the book rec, so it's all good.
yeah. Let me see. I got it on here.
Who said audiobooks is so not cheating?
I had to come to terms with myself that I'm not. I'm no longer just gonna pick up a book and flip through it.
Right.
It made me feel lazy,
Mhm.
but it just works. It just works for me. Me and my daughter was reading the Lemonade War too.
Oh, that's so cool.
Little kids, but
Oh, I was gonna say, do you read to your daughter? But I mean, if you're listening, I mean, that's cool, man.
yeah,
Listening to audiobooks. I mean, I to me, like I'm a huge advocate, this for audiobooks, and like I just think, whether you're reading an actual book, whether you are reading an ebook or listening to a book, reading
right,
is reading,
right.
and in this day and age, like, like you could be cleaning and doing
And
gardening and
listening
listening to
to
a
it
book.
and taking it in, it's just easier.
Yeah, hard. Have you listened to you haven't listened to Talib Kweli's book yet, eh?
I still haven't. Let me put it in the queue. I think I did download it though
Yeah, yeah.
when you had told me about it.
Well, it's all good, man. Because I'm a huge fan of Talib Kweli, so that's why I was like telling everyone, go read the book. You listen to
Which
his
one?
book.
This vibrate higher?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's good. So just the Nipsey Hussle autobiography, and then I got the name of the other one as well. Do you have any other book audio recommendations? Any other ones that you can think of that you've listened to that you would recommend, or just for now those two?
That my homegirl sent me this. Hold on, because this is what I need to start next. It was called hold on one second. The Kybalion, the three initiates,
The three what? The three
the study of Hermetic philosophy of ancient Egypt and Greece.
roses.
Is basically the father of an occult Hermes. She was basically like understand this extraordinary because she was explaining it to me. And I know
Right.
listening to it will make it a lot easier for me to
Yeah.
take it in. Three secret initiates to his teaching who remain anonymous to this day share their insight with all who seek to understand the mysterious underpinnings of the universe and our relationship within it.
Mm.
It's about
Cool. I'll look it up.
ancient new age wisdom that you want, consciousness, dimensions,
Mm-mm.
physics, science, nature, natural law, human behavior, mental abilities, responsibility, integrity. You
Roses.
know,
That sounds really like full on. That sounds full on.
yeah.
I'll look it up. Cool, man. So, I know you got lots of things going on. So I just wanted to ask you to drop some final words, maybe some words of encouragement or freestyle. No, just kidding. Just like
Hey,
drop some words.
yo.
Just drop some words of wisdom or something. I like honestly, bro, you've dropped so many gems today. I'm so grateful that you came through because it's like finally get to hear what L.A.Z has to say. I mean, not that we don't get to hear you other
Right.
times, but bro, you've dropped some real gems today.
Yeah, yeah. These spaces are necessary. I guess that would be my biggest thing to tell people. Cultivate spaces. Cultivate spaces. Bring the best out of the people who are close to you. I don't know, and just like water water those parts of yourself so it grows. You could grow in different spaces and you could do different shit. Don't be so locked in on where you started.
Mm. There you have it, folks.
Yeah,
Words of wisdom
yeah.
from the man himself.
You feel me? I'm finna go buy some pants.
There we have it, folks. That's L.A.Z. Terrell Loman. Oh my God.